Morning. We are excited to be here at our Haakon Jackson 4-H Achievement Days and so thankful for Philip Public Television for coming and covering it. Unfortunately, with the corona and everything going on, we have had to kind of change the way that Achievement Days works this year to be able to actually have this great event for our young people. So we are excited to see all of the fantastic projects and excited to share those with you. I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Casey Jones, and I am the 4-H advisor. And we started this morning at about 8:30 with 6 outstanding judges who are not only evaluating our young people's projects, but actually being able to find out how they made them, why they made them, and the things that they learned as they were making them. So we're going to share a little bit of that behind the scenes with you as we welcome a couple of our 4-H members to share with you their projects and talk to you a little bit. So I'm going to hand the microphone over to a couple of our 4-H members. Maya, do you want to come?
Yeah.
So could you introduce yourself?
My name is Maya Simons.
And tell me a little bit about the project that you made.
This is a yin and yang. It came from Chinese philosophy dating back to the 3rd century BCE.
Very cool. And what made you decide to make a yin and yang painting?
Well, I kind of find it really interesting. It was really fun to draw.
What was the hardest part about making it?
But I'd say the lettering.
So if you were to tell someone what has been your favorite part of your summer, what would you say?
Camping.
Did you learn any new camping skills while you were camping?
Not much. The usual dog barking at the neighbors kind of stuff.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. And what ribbon placing did you get on your painting?
I got the purple ribbon.
Awesome. And the purple is the highest we can get, so let's give Maya an imaginary round of applause. Thank you so much. Welcome another one of our 4-H members. Could you tell us who you are?
I am Asia Fitzgerald.
And what projects did you bring to Achievement Days this year?
I built one in Cheryl's office, and then I built one in my house.
Okay, which one do you want to talk about first?
The feather one.
Okay. I'm gonna hold it up for you.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we saw this on YouTube, and I wanted to do it, so then we tried it the first time. Well, I tried it at my house. Did not work. Don't try thick acrylic. Try like the thin acrylic paint.
And how did you do it?
So you take strings and then you pour paint over it as a pattern, and then you kind of just like pull the string down so then it makes a feather.
Very cool. So we learned that the type of paint or the weight of the paint is important. What else did you learn making this project?
To use the back of a paintbrush. Like, it's kind of like a dotting tool to me, but that's just the back of a paintbrush.
Very neat. And what ribbon?
A purple.
And what did you learn anything from the judges when you talked to them?
Not really.
That's all right. Maybe you just taught them so much they didn't have any questions.
Yeah, they had a lot of questions.
So, can you tell us about your second project? Hold it up so we can see it.
This, I saw all these different things at Hobby Lobby, and I wanted to put a sign up here, not just flowers. So I just I brought my camera to school once, so then I could take pictures of my friends, and then I could put them on there, like a picture with me, so then I could have like all my friends on here.
Very nice. And what did you use to hold it together?
I used hot glue.
Did you burn yourself?
A few times.
So what if you were telling someone how to make this, because it's super adorable, what advice would you give them?
To use enough hot glue. Like, you don't want to skimp on the hot glue.
Well, I think it's beautiful. And what ribbon placing did you get on it?
I got a purple ribbon.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and thanks so much. Are you doing anything else during Achievement Days?
I am doing fashion review, and I am showing two goats.
So fashion review is this afternoon. Can you tell everybody what fashion review is?
Fashion review is you pick out an outfit, like you can either buy one or pick a cute outfit from your closet, and then you get judged on it, and then you can either get like a purple ribbon or a blue ribbon or a red or white.
So can you give us a preview or a sneak peek of what your outfit might be this afternoon?
It's blue, and it has flowers, and it's a dress romper.
Ooh, is it something that you're planning on wearing to school?
No.
Did I say the dreaded S word?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, and I love your projects. They are adorable and super creative, and can't wait to see you this afternoon in Fashion Review.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you tell us, who are you?
My name is Jaden Martin.
Jaden, what'd you make today?
I made a bird feeder.
Oh, let's hold it up so everyone can see. So tell me about your bird feeder.
We made it when it was a 4-H meeting.
Okay, so did you have to cut the wood, or did you just put it together? What kind of birds have you seen?
We put it together. We didn't cut no wood. Blue jays eat out of it.
Well, that's cool. Have you gotten any pictures of cool birds eating out of it?
No.
Where'd you hang it up at?
I hanged it on one of our trees.
Okay. And I see there's something else floating around in here. Could you tell me about your other project and grab it out of there so we can see it?
This is a crayon candle.
Okay. Can you hold it up so the camera can see it?
And my sister found it on Facebook.
And how did you do it?
We melted it in 3 plastic cups and in a microwave for 30 seconds.
Is there a specific type of crayon you'd have to use?
Not really.
What was the hardest part about your project?
Our microwave keeps shutting off.
That sounds like a problem. So what other things are you involved in during Achievement Days?
I don't know.
Are you showing a calf tomorrow?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your calf. Does he have a name?
It is a girl, and its name's Troy.
And have you been working with her for a while?
Yes.
What things do you do with her?
I'm tri-leader.
How's that going?
Not that so good.
Fair enough. Well, we're excited to see you tomorrow. And what ribbon placings did you get on your projects?
Purples.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. I will hand this back to you. Good morning. We have another one that he seems excited to be here. What's your name?
My name is Lane Martin.
So Lane, tell me about your projects. What'd you bring?
I bring a bird feeder and a crayon can.
All right. So tell me about your bird feeder.
I made it at a 4-H meeting.
Yeah, one of our project days. And did you cut the wood, or were you just in charge of assembly?
I don't know.
Well, tell me how you made it. Did you use a nail gun? Did you have to use a hammer? Did you use screws?
A nail gun.
And was it successful, or did you nail gun yourself?
I did nail gun by myself. I didn't do it by myself.
That's okay. You did a great job with it. What ribbon placing did you get on your bird feeder?
A purple.
Awesome. Let's see your candle. Tell me about it.
My sister looked up on I don't remember what it's called, but we grabbed some crayons and I picked orange, yellow, and blue, and we took off the wraps of the crayon and melted it in the microwave for 30 seconds, like 7 times.
And is there a reason you chose the colors you chose?
No, not really.
That's all right. And what did you get on your candle?
A purple.
And looking forward to the rest of Achievement Days, are you participating in other activities?
I don't know.
Someone, the little birdie, told me that you're giving a talk this afternoon during County Talk Off.
Yeah.
What is it on?
A bridal.
Parts of the bridal. Very good. Well, we're excited to see you this afternoon, and congratulations on a great job this morning. We're going to welcome one of our judges and kind of pick his brain about what is going on this morning. Good morning. Who are you?
Chauncey Trapp.
And what are you judging today?
A little bit of everything. Anything from feather pictures to egg mechanics stuff.
And were you in 4-H growing up?
Yes, I was.
So do you have a favorite 4-H story?
Not really a whole lot. It changed a lot since I was in 4-H.
For the good, hopefully?
Yep, definitely for the better.
Wonderful. Well, we're so excited to have you, and thanks so much for being able to come and give these kids your input.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Race. Come closer so you can get into the camera. Who are you?
Race O'Connor.
And what is this?
A derby car.
And it's a 4-H project?
Kinda.
So tell me, what'd you do? I'm really intrigued by it.
Well, you gotta strip the interior, put headers on it and stuff, fuel tank in the back, basic stuff.
Basic stuff that you've lost me at put a headers on the front. What does that mean?
The exhaust coming up through the hood.
And what does that do?
Performance. Keeps the heat going out.
Okay. And I know that we had Grandma out here checking our safety features. Can you talk to us a little bit about what'd you do to improve safety of this?
Welded the cage. You have to have it across the front, beside you, behind your back, and then one across there. You have to weld it along the floor. So
obviously this is not the first time you've welded. Can you talk to us a little bit about how have you improved your welding and what other things do you normally work on?
This is pretty much it. Just make sure you have good ground and you get a lot of practice in. Turn the voltage up with heavy metal and you can get a lot stronger.
And what type of welding? Are you using stick, TIG?
MIG.
Very good. So, are you going to be driving this next weekend in the Derby?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a team name?
Nope.
Just Team Race?
Whatever you want to call it, I guess.
All right, well, what was Grandma's suggestion?
Team Grandma.
Team Grandma. Well, we will let our Judge Chauncey check it out. I know he was really excited about your project, so thanks for bringing it.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
All right, we are back at the Haakon Jackson 4-H Achievement Days, and I am Casey Jones, the 4-H advisor, and we have another one of our fantastic 4-H members. Can you tell us who you are?
Paige O'Connor.
Paige, can you talk to us a little bit about the projects that you brought to Achievement Days this year?
Okay, so this is a cat puzzle that I made.
and it's 650 pieces, and it was very hard. So I glued it so I never have to do it again.
What was so hard about it?
There's no border. It's like curvy, and some of the pieces, like this one, they look like they're a border edge. And then this part was really hard, and the face was easy, but this part was like really confusing. Just basically here down was hard.
It looks hard.
Yeah, it is.
How long did it take you?
I did this in March, and then we didn't work on it for like 2 months, and then my mom, but I did most of it, so yeah.
And what did you receive for your project?
Purple.
Very nice.
And then this one, oh, that's a train horn. And this one is a book. Hang on, it's upside down. You gotta go like this. So this is a book puzzle that me and my mom did, and I did this half, and she did that half.
Okay.
This one was pretty easy. So,
It was an improvement from the cat project?
yeah. Plus they came together. I got it for my birthday.
Very cool.
And then these are pom-poms I made.
And how do you make the pom-poms?
You take a fork and you like wrap it around a special way, and then you cut it, and then you puff it out and trim it again. And I also have little lights right there, but battery's almost dead because I accidentally left it on.
Oops.
I always try and turn it on the wrong way.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah.
So is it like a lantern for...
Yeah, kind of. I normally just set it on my desk though.
Okay. And what ribbon placing did you receive on this one?
Hang on. I don't even know what this one is. Purple.
Purple. And what is your other project?
This is a bird feeder that we made. And I have a little like Rice Krispie treat bird thingy, but it fell out, so I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you make this?
So we made it with a group. So they already had the boards cut and everything, so you basically just put it together with staple gun.
And have you been using your bird feeder?
No, not yet. I'm gonna paint it first though.
Okay. What colors are you thinking?
I have no idea.
All right.
I might just stain it too.
Okay. Well, great job. And what ribbon did you receive on this?
Purple.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. Mm-hmm. And Tara, before you sneak out. Okay, good. Fair enough. Well, I think we will venture outside to see one of our other 4-H projects. Can we?
We're gonna trim
That's very impressive. Good job.
And see.
Well, pure build, I guess. It's been sitting in our shop for a few years before we did anything to it. Then last spring, when we got all the rain, or in the spring before that, we had to put a new front axle under it, and then rebuild the power steering pump to even get it to drive. And we started putting stacks on it, because it didn't have any. Put the stacks on it, air cleaners, and then this hood and stuff came repainted. We put those on, drop bumper, and then it's got a 380/420 industrial Cummins in it, I guess. And they said, the guy that gave it to us, or we bought it from, said that they only built 3 of those trucks, the extended hoods with that motor in them. And it's a pretty cool history on it.
So how long did it take to do all of the work that you just outlined for us?
A year and a half, probably.
Well, I am very impressed. And what has been your favorite part of doing all of this?
Driving it.
I heard someone blowing the horn. Does it have like a special horn in it, or?
Train horn.
Made me jump.
Yeah.
And what ribbon placing did you get on?
I haven't looked yet.
I'm going to bet a purple. I mean, that much work, I would assume. Great job.
Thank you.
Judge Chauncey. What's that? You want to come back and talk to us a little bit about the We're going to invite our judge who evaluated these projects. So, I know you were pretty excited about these projects coming in. What made them special?
Well, back in my day, we didn't get to have all these fun stuff with derby cars and trucks you get to redo. You're lucky to set a table or sew something. And I was definitely impressed to see him take a derby car or a clunker that didn't run and make it run and put skid steer tires on the back and learn about that process. It's probably the closest I've ever been to a derby car. And then when he showed me his truck and all the work he went into that and showed me the air horn and told me how fun it was to drive, I'm definitely glad I'm not in his age because I'd have a lot more fun, probably getting a lot of trouble with that truck.
Completely fair. I know that some members of your family are really into mechanicking, and is this inspired you to mechanic more?
Maybe get the projects and help out, but I'm not mechanically inclined.
Completely fair. Well, you didn't tell me about on your changing the tires on your derby car.
Well, they get a little more traction, a lot more traction. And then you put tubes inside of them so your tires last longer. If somebody hits you, it doesn't just goes to the sidewall of the tire, you can still go. And then they're just more rugged.
Do you have to change the axle, or is there more of a process to it?
Only change the axle if you break it, in the class I'm in.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Well, congratulations, and we are just so impressed with all of the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Now I have the mic on. Rookie mistakes. All right, we are back with another of our outstanding 4-H members, and tell us who you are.
I'm Tara Schofield from the Lightning Bugs Club.
Very neat. And let's start with this awesome project. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It is a barn quilt for an unfinished art assignment.
An unfinished barn quilt assignment. Very nice. So were you working on it when everything kind of got shut down?
Yes, during school, and it was a last-minute assignment for the end of the year.
So can you tell me a little bit about how you did it?
So first, she found the plywood at Menards. It was on sale, so then she's like, you line the middle up, and then you make a big X to make sure all comes in the middle.
Very neat. And did you select the colors, or were they selected for you?
I selected the colors.
And was there a particular reason you selected the ones you did?
It was going to go outside in my mom's flower garden, so it's waterproofed, it's sealed, and everything.
Very nice. And what ribbon placing were you awarded?
Purple.
It's beautiful. I really like it. I love the colors you selected. We'll switch over and tell us about one of your other projects. Okay. Oh, cute. Tell us about this project.
I made this string art for my grandma's birthday present, and she loves nativity scenes, and so she puts them up all over her house during Christmas, but this one gets to stay out all year round because I made it.
Very nice. And tell us a little bit about the process of making it.
So I found this old piece of plywood out in a shed of ours that's full of wood and furniture, and I found the pattern online, and so I nailed it right up top of the manger and right at the cradle where baby Jesus is. And then I took one nail and poked all over the holes, and then I then I had to lift up the paper, and then I nailed it all back, and I strung it with it looked nice, and that's about it.
Well, it looks like it took a lot of work. How long did it take you to get it all put together?
About 3 days, and I'm working on one right now for a booth up in Madison.
Very neat. I really like it. And what ribbon placing were you awarded?
I got a purple ribbon for this nativity string art.
Very nice. And do you have one more project?
Yes.
Oh, this one looks like something tasty to eat. All right, tell us about this last project.
It's a chocolate zucchini bread.
And did you follow a specific recipe, or?
It was an online recipe, so kind of specific, but not really.
And is there a reason you decided to go with the chocolate zucchini?
Well, we got zucchini from a friend of ours, and Mom made 2 loaves of chocolate zucchini bread, and she had enough left over for one more, so I decided to make it for Foods and Nutrition.
And how did it taste?
It tasted pretty good. Kind of like Grandma Pam's, but a little different.
All right. And what ribbon placing were you awarded?
I got a purple in my chocolate zucchini bread.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations. And it sounds like you had some outstanding projects.
Yeah, I did. I did a place setting.
Yes. Tell me a little bit about your place setting.
It was a cowboy candlelight dinner. It was served with a dinner salad, ranch, cheese, and croutons. And then it was a ribeye steak served with a bacon and an iced tea to drink.
Man, where do I order this, and what time is it served?
I have no clue.
Are you doing any other activities during Achievement Days?
Yes, I am showing the calf.
And does your calf have a name?
Her name is Nugget.
Is there anything special about Nugget?
She is very sassy.
Oh, sassy. So we should look forward to that tomorrow?
Yeah, a little bit. She's kind of stubborn, but if someone walks behind me, she'll walk right along.
All right. Well, we're excited to see her. Do you know what breed she is?
She is a Charolais, but she's like a darker brown. That's why we call her Nugget. Mom named her, so.
Very nice. Well, we look forward to having her, and great job on your projects today.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. We will get switched over, and I believe we have Faith Martin is going to come and talk to us a little bit about. So, Faith, if you want to grab one of your favorites and head on over. Good morning. Who are you?
Faith Martin.
And what club are you a member of?
The Lightning Bugs.
Very nice. And tell us about the project you have in your hand.
So I have a birdhouse that is made from like scrap pieces at my house because we just found the tin in our junk pile. And then, I found that on a old door that we had, but I had to buy that.
So I think I've seen several birdhouses that you have made. Is this a project that you enjoy?
Yes, very much, actually. I don't know what else to say.
Do you have a collection of birdhouses?
I got my first one at my house. Otherwise, I've sold them at bazaars or gave them away to people.
Very nice. I think this one is super cute. And what ribbon placing were you awarded on this one?
Purple.
Very nice. Would you like to grab another of your projects?
Sure.
All right. Tell us a little bit about this project.
So I found interest, and I thought, geez, this might actually be pretty neat to do. So I attempted it. It actually worked out pretty well, a lot better than I expected. And yeah, just.
So did you freehand it, or was there a pattern?
I freehanded it, surprisingly.
That is so impressive.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about your project?
The bow. Just trying to draw the bow and paint inside the lines.
Very cool. And what ribbon placing did you receive on this one?
A purple.
Very nice. Would you like to go grab another of your projects? And for those of you who are not familiar with our Danish system in 4-H, we do a scale of purple, blue, red, and white, with purple being excellent. And as you can tell, whether it is a painting or a Peterbilt, our 4-H members really do create some excellent things. So tell us about this next project.
So it's supposed to be moon muffs to go on the calves' ears in the wintertime to keep them warm. So I found this on Pinterest too, but there was no pattern, so I had to free do it or whatever. So I had to draw out the ears and everything, and then try to measure the right size for their noses and stuff. And yeah.
So what was the hardest part about this project?
Making the line where the ears can go, because you had to cut it and then sew it onto it. So that was probably the hardest, because you had to make sure the ears weren't off this way a little bit or off that way or too far forward or back enough. So yeah, that would probably be the hardest part.
So do you think they're going to work this spring?
I hope so. I don't know though.
Well, you'll have to let us know as it gets closer and give us an update.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any more projects?
Yeah.
Well, bring them on over. Here, we'll just set it on the table. Ooh, I love your vessel.
Thank you. So there was a fairy garden deal at the Ernie's Building Center in Midland. So I decided to do it, and it's you get to pick out your own deals and your own plants and stuff. And if you wanted moss from outside, you could grab some. So I picked out more of the barn-styled stuff to go with it. And then this plant was that tall, so it looked like a tree. And then I kept watering it and taking care of it, and it got way too tall. And you can barely see the barn, though. But, yeah.
It went from a tree to a forest?
Pretty much.
What ribbon placing were you awarded for this?
Purple.
Awesome. And I believe you have a couple more projects? One more. So tell us about this last project.
It is a bowl cover, so when you're out picnicking, you can put it on your bowl and the flies won't get into it. Or if you have leftovers, instead of using the lid, you can put this on and put it in the refrige.
And tell us a little bit about how you made it.
So first I had to cut out a circular piece, which I just used the top of an ice cream dish deal. And then I had to sew zigzagged on the bottom to make enough room for the elastic to go through. So then I had to put the elastic through and then sew over top of the elastic so it would stay in place.
And have you made a bunch of these, or is this just kind of a prototype?
Prototype.
Very nice. And what ribbon were you awarded for this?
Purple.
Well, congratulations. And what other things are you participating in a
list everything else that's going on?
Yeah.
Well, I did do a place setting not very long ago, and I got a purple ribbon on that. And then this afternoon, I am doing County Talk Off and Project Runaway. And then tomorrow, I am showing my calf, my goats, my rabbit, my hedgehog. And I think that's it.
Man, it sounds like you have a busy next couple of days.
Yeah.
So I've heard a couple of people talk about this County Talk Off. Can you tell us a little bit about what is it and why people should tune in?
I don't really know how to explain it.
So what are you doing during County Talk Off?
You give a talk about you could do horse and pony and all of the other deals, like whatever you want to talk about, pretty much.
So you get to give a little bit of information about one of your 4-H projects?
Yes.
And what 4-H project are you giving a talk on?
Vaccine and diseases in horses.
Very nice. It sounds like it's going to be challenging, but I think you will rise to the occasion.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, thanks so much. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.
So over our time, we have changed from one club to another and making sure that we are giving our judges plenty of time to talk to our young people. So we will probably sign off for a few moments while we allow our judges to first evaluate the projects, and then we will come back with more of our fantastic 4-H members. Hope you tune in then. We are back with another one of our fantastic 4-H members. And tell us, who are you?
Carly Mae Eisbrown.
And Carly, what 4-H club are you part of?
Oswald Musketeers.
Wonderful. And would you tell us a little bit about your 4-H projects?
We grew garden beds and we painted them. We planted them. And
You told me you made garden beds. Rectangles?
they're rectangles.
And how big are they?
Pretty big.
So what have you grown in your garden bed so far?
Beets, radishes, carrots, zucchini, tomatoes, jalapenos, yellow squash, cucumbers, and that's it.
Wow, you have like a whole produce section. Tell us, how many garden boxes do you have if you were able to grow all of those things?
If I was able to grow them, so we have a big garden and then we have a garden bed, which is mine. So then and I helped planted that one because we couldn't fit everything in my garden box. So
Very cool. And what is your favorite thing to grow?
beets.
Do you have any tips for us who are not very good at growing beets?
No, they just can't. They just have to water them.
Okay. So I see that you have 3 ribbons and then a green one. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you doing any other activities during Achievement Days?
No.
I heard you were participating in our County 4-H shoot tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
What discipline are you shooting?
BB.
Okay, so for those of us who are not as familiar with 4-H shooting sports, can you tell us a little bit about BB gun?
There's 4 different positions, and there's kneeling, standing, sitting, and
Prone?
Yeah, prone.
Very cool. And what is your favorite part about 4-H shooting sports?
You just get to shoot a gun.
Are you good at it?
No, not really.
Oh, I don't believe that at all. But we are so excited to have you, and thanks so much for talking to us. All right. Do you want to come talk to us a little bit about your projects? Sounds fair. We will wait. All right. So tell us, who are you?
Cadence Eisbrown from Milesville Musketeers.
Wonderful. And tell us a little bit about your project you have.
It's about how I make a garden bed and grow crops in it.
Very neat. And so I believe your sister was telling us a little bit about it, but what did you fill your garden boxes with, like soil-wise?
Just some soil mixed with manure from a pasture.
Very neat. And if you were advising someone to make their own garden boxes, what are some tips you would give us?
To not put your tomatoes close to the ground.
And why is that?
Rotted.
Have your tomatoes started to turn?
Yes.
What am I doing wrong that my tomatoes are not turning red? They're still green.
I don't know. Just have to wait.
Patience. That's the hardest part. So, tell us a little bit about the things you told the judges about your project and what ribbon you got.
So I got a purple and a blue in my foods that I made out of my garden.
Yeah. So what type of food did you make?
I made a carrot cake loaf out of my carrots and chocolate chip zucchini muffins out of my zucchini and beets out of my beets and canned tomatoes out of my tomatoes.
Wow, it sounds like you were really busy. What has been your favorite thing to make?
Probably the zucchini muffins
Why is that your favorite?
because they're really good.
Fair enough. I'll have to come and do a taste test. So as you look ahead to the rest of our achievement days, what are some other things you're involved with?
Shooting sports.
And what disciplines do you shoot?
BB gun.
Are you excited for the county shoot?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be in very good practice though.
Well, that's okay. But for those of our audience who doesn't know, when did you guys get shut down of shooting sports?
February-ish, kind of.
Yeah, so you guys are all geared up for county or state and county, and then just nothing. But we're excited to get to watch you shoot and excited to see how you do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for listening with us. We really appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Then I walk away and some kid needs me and I burn it. So you always have to set the timer. So tell me what your name is. Birdie. Brody. Okay, Brody.
And what are you guys working on right here?
So Brody has made this amazing place setting with Italian dishes. They have a little chef, like Chef Boyardee on them. I watched him perfectly measure to put his silverware down. He has did you make that napkin by yourself?
I had a little.
Oh, you had a little.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Well, it looks very nice. And he has a salad bowl, a bread plate, his glass for milk, his dessert plate. He even made a menu on the computer. And he is getting a purple ribbon on this.
So what's been your favorite part of the place setting?
Probably not sure, but I think my favorite part was making that.
Oh, making your menu on computer?
It's really cute.
Yes, very cute. So I love the theme. The meal fits perfectly with the place setting that you have. And I've challenged Brody to go to his garden and pull tomatoes out and learn to make homemade tomato or spaghetti sauce.
Well, I hear your granddad has a pretty epic garden. And I think you could make probably most of these things and be delicious. So when should we be over for supper?
Probably next week.
No pressure.
No pressure or anything. No pressure.
Yes, very nice job.
Congratulations. Can we come and talk to you about your bench?
It's not my bench.
Oh, Wyatt's bench. Oh, all right. Well, we have a beautiful bench that Wyatt Shriver actually put together, and because our 4-H members are hardworking and they have lots of responsibilities, he actually is out pulling bulls and being effective, but we have Jen, who will give us a brief update about what ribbon he was awarded and maybe a brief detail of how he made it.
Wyatt made this bench in wood shop in school. He spent an afternoon picking his wood out in Rapid, trying to get the pieces to match up. This is a waterfall bench. And he had a purple on it. He finished it himself, put it all together. Plans on putting it in the living room in the basement or beside his couch.
I think it's beautiful, and I am so impressed with it. So thanks so much for bringing it for him, and we're excited that he brought it. And is he participating in other activities during Achievement Days that we could come and harass him about his bench?
He's going to shoot archery, I think, on Saturday. So
Wonderful. Well, look for some more information from Wyatt on Saturday.
Both of them? Okay.
All right. Oh, dear.
I caught it. We're good.
All right. We're here with another one of our fantastic 4-H members. And who are you?
Ashley Schreiber.
And Ashley, can you tell us a little bit about your 4-H project?
It is a toilet paper holder because I am needing one in my bathroom.
Nice, efficient, and necessary. So tell us a little bit about how you created it.
Well, I wanted to use a bit, and I needed something to attach it to, and I thought a chunk of a piece of wood would work pretty well. It came out of an old post, and then I used a rope to attach it because I didn't want to use or anything, because I wanted it to look like, I don't know, I kind of like the look of it the way it is.
I really like it. Very rustic, and I think it's so cool that you just used recycled and remade project or stuff for your project. What was the hardest part about it?
Actually, the dowel, because it was a broomstick and it was way too big for the actual hole, so I had to use a belt sander and make it a lot smaller, which took a long time.
How long did it take?
Oh, probably an hour.
Well, it's nice and smooth, and it looks great, and even if we have a toilet paper shortage, you will have somewhere to hold your very important toilet paper.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about your other project?
It is a painting that I made this summer, and it is a painting of a horse. I didn't want to do a full body head.
And did you freehand it, or did you use a pattern?
I had a picture of one of our horses in front of me, and I did that, but I didn't do the same coloring as him.
Well, it's very impressive. And tell us, what was the hardest part about it?
Probably the mane.
Well, I think it's beautiful. And what ribbon placing were you awarded on your projects?
Purple in both.
Purple on both. Well, congratulations, and we are so excited. What other activities are you participating in during Achievement Days?
I am showing a calf.
And does your calf have a name?
Layla and OT.
Right, and tell us a little bit about Layla and OT.
Layla was rejected by her mom, so her mom got in such a routine that she would just go in a head gate, and if you gave her corn, she would let her calf suck. So we did that for a couple months, and then she finally got weaned because she was getting bigger and she was getting harder to do that with. So now she just eats pellets, and the other calf, OT, is out of the pasture, and her mom is lame. Like, her back leg is completely broken. So we brought her in so I could show her.
Very nice. And what things have you been doing to get your calves ready for the show tomorrow?
I've been looting them for the past 3 weeks, and I've been giving them baths and shaving them.
So how do you shave a calf?
Well, you first need a shaver, and then you... depends on how much you want to shave off the calf. Like, one of our calves, we're not shaving much. The other one, we're shaving a lot, like her tail, like the middle of her tail, kind of. You shave that, you square it off. Then you want to try to make her back as flat as possible. And you want to shave their head and neck and their, like, front part of their belly, but not the back part of the belly.
And why do you do that?
To make them look better.
Very nice. Well, we're excited to see Layla and OT, as well as you tomorrow at the calf show.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are going to welcome another one of our great 4-H members, Caleb, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his Lego projects. So as you can tell in 4-H, you can have a wide variety of different project areas and different... Come closer, I don't bite. So, tell us a little bit about your Lego projects.
Well, I'm hopefully going to turn it into a big prison. Hopefully. And I don't know what else.
Well, let's start with your name. I was the one who jumped us into this conversation without introducing you. Tell us who you are.
I'm Caleb Studer.
And what 4-H project, or what 4-H club are you part of?
Milesville Musketeers.
Wonderful. And do you enjoy building Lego projects, or do you have lots of Lego projects?
Yes, I have loads of Lego creations, and I'm hopefully gonna improve them to make a bigger Lego. Hopefully.
So do you normally use a kit, or do you just have Legos and just freehand it?
Well, I start out with a kit, and then I sometimes destroy the kit to make creations like this, or creations. I once had a Lego boat, but it got destroyed by my dogs.
Those pesky dogs. So have you ever stepped on a Lego?
No, thankfully, no.
Man, you are better at avoiding Legos than I am. So if you were going to give some advice to someone who is going to make a Lego creation, what advice would you give someone?
You need to think of the idea and then see if you have any Lego pieces that will help you in the way, I guess.
And what ribbon placing were you awarded on your Lego creations?
Purple.
Great job. And looking ahead to the rest of the achievement days, what are some of the other things you're involved with?
Photography, and that's it, I guess.
So you talked to the judge about your photography, and we have Danny Turkelson judging our photography today. What are some tips and tricks that she taught you about your photographs?
I have no idea, I guess.
So what did you take pictures of?
I took a picture of my brother handing mail and with his mask on. Then I'm thinking that it will help other people understand about coronavirus.
Oh, that's a really great thing. So what do you hope people begin to understand?
Well, to stay in the house and social distancing.
All right. Well, I appreciate you so much for doing that. And I also have heard that you are going to be in Project Runway this afternoon modeling one of your favorite outfits.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Not really.
Truth. And then I heard tomorrow you are part of the county shoot. Is that correct?
I have no idea.
Surprise! You are. You're going to be doing BB gun, I believe.
I did not know about that.
Well, today's the day. Surprise! And we're excited to have you. Well, thank you so much for visiting with us, and we are excited to have you here, and thank you so much for your great projects.
You're welcome.
You're good at everything. You get along very well.
We are excited to welcome yet another one of our great 4-H members. And as you can tell, sometimes we're more excited than others to share about our projects, but we are excited to be able to talk to
Jasmine Hyatt, my old Musketeers.
So Jasmine, tell me about what is your favorite project that you have done this year?
Probably this waterfall painting.
So tell us a little bit about your waterfall painting.
I found the idea online and decided it would be fun. It looked cool with the pop of orange and red trees. So
how did you make it?
Acrylic paints on a canvas board.
What was the hardest part about making your waterfall painting?
The trees, because they kept on blending in with the water when the water wasn't completely dry. So,
What is some advice if you were going to give someone advice about painting?
take your time and don't get frustrated.
Well, I think it's beautiful. And what ribbon placing were you awarded on your painting?
I got purple for that.
Wonderful. What project would you like to talk about next? Oh, this is so cute. I think we need to do this one.
All right. That's my cactus painting. Again, acrylic on a canvas board, and it's mini, so.
And it's so cute. Tell us, how did you come up with the idea?
Google again.
And all of your cactuses have cute little dots on them. How did you make the dots?
I use Q-tips and a really, really tiny paintbrush.
And what was the hardest part about your painting?
How tiny it is and how precise everything needed to be.
Yeah, I'm just shaking holding it, much less if I was the one having to paint it. So obviously you have lots of artistic ability.
Not really.
I think you are selling yourself much too short. And what did you get on your...
I got a blue on that because of the dots weren't even.
So, what was something that if you were to redo it that you have learned now from the process?
To use a pen tip for painting the dots so they're all even and they show up better.
That's some really great advice. And tell us about this project.
I made this at one of our 4-H meetings as a wood project, but it's more of a visual arts. And string and nail art, I wanted to try it for a long time, so this was my first.
So how did you do it?
I bought a kit.
So if you were to advise someone on making string art, would you advise them to do a kit or just find the material needed?
Maybe the first one, try a kit, and then once you get the hang of it, you can make your own, but you can print off templates and then use those, but...
What was the hardest part about the kit?
Making the design symmetrical, because I really wanted it to be, and then it didn't turn out to be, but it's decent.
I think you did a fantastic job. And what ribbon were you awarded?
Purple, I do believe. Yeah, purple on that one.
Great job. And what is our final project we have here?
Pallet wood bird feeder that I made at a Youth in Action Day.
And what is a Youth in Action Day?
We all come together and have like a speaker do a presentation, and this presentation was about birds. And then other kids from the different clubs can do their presentations and get judged. And then we do some kind of fun little project at the end.
Very nice. So tell me a little bit about your bird feeder.
It was easy and simple, and the wood was all
eating from your bird feeder?
Not really, just like typical finches. So,
well, I mean, you are more of an ornithologist than I am. If you can tell it's a finch, I'm like, oh, it's a bird.
It's a bird.
So, as we look ahead to the rest of our achievement days, are there other things you are participating in?
Project Runway and County Shoot.
And for Project Runway, do you want to give us a little sample of what your outfit might be?
I don't know how to sample it without just saying what it is. It's my FFA official dress. So
you're telling me you're bringing FFA official dress to the 4-H?
I am. You got a problem with that?
No, I think it's great. We are partner organizations, and we're excited to have you do that. And then you mentioned County Shoot. What do you shoot?
I shoot CWSR archery.
That is alphabet soup to me. So could you explain to us what CWSR means?
Compound with sights and release.
Very nice. So if you were advising someone to get involved with 4-H shooting sports, what advice would you give them?
Start off with BB gun. BB gun is a lot easier than archery, and then as you get older, maybe start archery. But once again, take your time and be patient with it. It's going to be a process of learning, but you have to listen to the coaches and figure it out from there.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. And it looks like we have some incredible projects over here. We will venture over this way. Molly, would you like to talk to me about this beautiful bench? Or here, we'll slide the bench out so that way we can stand behind it and everyone can get to see it. So, tell me, who are you?
Molly Hardy.
And Molly, did you make this bench?
Yes.
Tell me how you made it.
So I used deck wood, and I measured everything, like how far I wanted to be across and how tall I wanted it to be, and then I screwed it all together, but I put glue on first, so it holds together better. And then I stained it after I put it all together.
and I put this part on for like when you're eating or drinking something. You can set it up here, and then you don't drop it or something.
And why did you use decking lumber?
Because it's going to be outside, and deck lumber is made to be outside all the time.
Well, I think it is beautiful. What is the hardest part of making your bench?
Staining it, because it drips all over.
That is not the answer I thought you were going to give. Did you use the saw and all of the drill? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Do you like using power tools?
Yes.
If you were going to give someone advice about building something, what advice would you give them?
Try your hardest.
So is this the first wood project you've done?
No. I made a saddle rack last year.
So do you like building things?
Yeah, it's fun.
Very cool. So thinking of other things you're involved with during Achievement Days, what other ways are you involved?
So I'm going to do the county shoot tomorrow, and I'm going to shoot BB gun, air rifle, and archery.
And do you have a favorite discipline?
Probably air rifle.
So for those of us that aren't familiar with 4-H shooting sports, tell us a little bit what's different from BB gun to air rifle.
So air rifle it's a lot heavier, so you should be a little older because you might not be as strong when you're younger. And you have to shoot from farther, so you might have to have a better eye or look better. So because it's just a little more powerful.
Very good. And how long have you been shooting air rifle?
I just started this year.
And how old are you?
12.
Very good. Well, we are excited to see you be very successful, and your bench is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
And now we're going to venture over here. And we have another incredible wood project. We're going to set it up so we can see it. Thank you. So, who are you?
Owen Hardy.
And Owen, what did you build?
A shelf for my tractors. Collection.
So for your tractor collection. And tell us, how did you build your shelf? Did you cut out all the wood?
Not all of it. Some of it my dad had to cut because I couldn't cut it with that saw.
And what kind of a saw did you use?
What kind of saw did I use?
Table saw or radial arm saw?
Table saw and a radial arm saw.
Man, you are more skilled in the power tools than I am. Bravo, sir. And what was the hardest part about making your shelf?
Sanding it.
Did you have to hand sand it, or did you use a sander?
I used a sander.
Oh, very nice. So you cut it apart, or you cut the wood, and then you put it together. And how did you put it together?
I put it together.
Did you use nails or screws or glue?
Screws and glue together to make it stay better.
Very nice. And if you were going to give someone advice about making a shelf, what advice would you give them?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's okay. So how many tractors do you have in your tractor collection?
I don't know.
Does the collection fill up your shelf?
Yeah.
Do you have So do you have a favorite tractor in your collection?
No, but I do like that truck.
So tell us a little bit about it.
I got it at the stock show, and I don't know what else.
So for those of us who might not have the best eyes like me, tell us, what is the truck? Is it a truck tractor?
No, it's a truck with a flatbed connected to it, and it has the tractor on it, and The tractor and truck are both Case IH, I think.
And are you a Case man or a John Deere man?
John Deere.
All right. Wow. What ribbon were you awarded on your shelf?
Purple.
Awesome job. And what other things are you involved with this year at Achievement Days?
Shooting and what else?
I heard you're giving a presentation later this afternoon. Is that true?
Uh-huh.
What is your presentation on?
Parts of the saddle.
Very cool. Well, we are excited to see you, and thank you so much for bringing this great shelf to us today. All right, we are here with another one of our outstanding 4-H members. What is your name?
Brody Pullman.
And what 4-H club are you part of?
The Milesville Musketeers.
Wonderful. And tell us a little bit about the project you have in your hands.
I made this from a piece of board. I had a drill bit and I drilled the holes. And then I glued the magnets in, and a little finishing touch for the extra duties, I put the felt in.
And for those of us that are not sure, is that a domino or what is that?
It's a dot?
Well, I just saw the dots on it and I wasn't sure. What do you use your project for?
I use it for BB gun. I do BB gun here in Phillip.
Okay. And so is it in the shape of the target that you shoot?
Yes.
And so why do you have each of the individual dots?
Because there are 10 places where you need to shoot at.
So I think the magnet sounds super handy. And what ribbon placing were you awarded for this project?
Purple.
Great job. Do you want to share with us another one of your projects?
I did poetry.
Would you like to read your poem to us?
In the morning when I get out of bed, I must be wise and use my head. As I get on with my day in the difficult times, I go start my go-kart. I need to remember the love in my heart. As a child, it's very hard to understand. I always want to be helpful by lending my mom a helping hand. During this pandemic, I don't want wealth. I just want to have my health. These hard times will not last long. I will continue to stay home where I belong. I, Brody Pullman.
Wow, that is a incredible poem. And can you tell me a little bit about why you wrote it and how you wrote it?
I do online classes for the SDSU online adventures, summer adventures, and this was one of my projects that I had to do.
So I hear you are an award-winning poet. Is that correct?
Yes.
What did you win?
I won money.
Awesome. And through the Summer Adventure Series, I hear you've been very successful. Have you won other awards?
Yes, I've won much money.
Awesome. So do you have a great plan of things you want to do with your big award-winning money?
Not really. Wait until I find out what I want.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on being such an award winner. What ribbon placing were you awarded today on your poetry?
Purple.
Great job. What other projects did you bring today?
I also brought peanut butter cookies.
People, these look fantastic. Tell me about how you made them.
I mixed... Can I read the card?
You bet.
I heated the oven to 350. I combined the peanut butter, Crisco, brown sugar, milk, and vanilla into a large bowl, like a mixing bowl. I beat it at medium speed until it was well blended. And then I added the egg, and I beat it just until
could, and then I combined the flour, salt, and baking soda into another bowl, and I added to the creamer, and then I mixed it until blended, and then I dropped on greased baking sheet, flattened slightly and crisscross pattern with tines of a fork, and then I baked it for 10 minutes.
And are peanut butter cookies your favorite?
Yes, one of my favorites.
And what's one of your other favorites?
Snickerdoodles.
Oh, that is an excellent cookie selection choice. Kudos to you. What was the hardest part about making your cookies?
Probably getting all the right ingredients, and it took a while for me to find everything I needed.
All right, and it looks like you have one more delectable treat back there. Oh, and I didn't ask you, what ribbon were you awarded on your cookies?
Purple.
Great job. And what else do we have here?
These are banana nut bars.
They look also super, super yummy. If some of these go missing, Brody, I definitely did not eat them.
Okay.
So, tell us about how you made your banana nut bars.
Well, in a saucepan, I bring butter and water to a boil, and I move from the heat, set aside. In a mixing bowl, I combine the flour, sugars, baking soda, eggs, bananas, buttermilk, and vanilla. And then I beat it until it was blended. And then I carefully added butter to the mixture, and then I had to mix it well and stir in the nuts. And then I had to pour into a greased 15-inch by 10-inch by 1-inch baking pan, and then I had to bake it at 350 for 18 to 22 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted near the center comes clean. And then I cooled in the pan on a wire. For frosting in a large bowl, I had to beat the cream, cheese, and butter until light and fluffy. And I had to beat in the vanilla, gradually add the powdered sugar.
And are these amazing as they look to eat?
Yes.
Are they something that you regularly make?
Once in a while I make them. Purple.
Great job. So what other things are you involved in this weekend during Achievement Days?
I'm going to do the fashion show. I did the place setting. And
are you doing county shoot?
Yes, I'm going to do the county shoot too.
Very cool. And what disciplines do you shoot? Are you shooting BB gun?
Yes, this should BB gun.
That's all right. It's been a while since we got to do 4-H shooting sports, so congratulations, Brody, and we're really excited for not only your big wins with the Summer Adventure Series, but also the amazing projects you brought for us today.
Thank you.
So we're again switching out clubs. We finished up with the time with our Milesville Musketeers, and we are now excited for our Bad River Buckaroos to come. And so we will allow you guys to just check out the things that are happening around us, and then we'll be back with some of our 4-H members. We are back with another one of our outstanding 4-H members, and she is getting her projects gathered up so we can take a look at them. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're going to be able to tell us all about it. All right. Oh, we're still... Perfect. Okay, so let's begin with the most important question. Who are you?
Faith Schultz.
And Miss Faith, can you turn around so you can the Phillip community can see your beautiful face? All right, which project do you want to start by telling us about?
Well, this one was probably the hardest to make.
And what is it?
It's a Lego car I built for my mom.
And did you use a kit or is it just a self-creation?
Self-creation.
And what made you decide you wanted to build a car?
Well, my mom, I just made a car for my mom because, yeah.
Very neat. And I see you have some other Lego creations. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, right here is my Lego portal that I built like 3 or 4 days ago or something.
And what's the other one?
That house.
And tell us a little bit about the house.
Well, this is a self-creation as well. So is the portal.
And what made you decide to build them?
Well, I just have a lot of Lego people, so yeah.
Okay, and then tell us a little bit about this. What is this?
Well, this is my fairy garden I built.
And when did you build your fairy garden?
Well, I just added this horse in today, but I built this, I don't know what day it was.
Did you build it as part of the library's summer reading program?
Yes.
So shout out to Sarah and the Haakon County Public Library for a great summer reading program. What was your favorite part about putting your fairy garden together?
Well, probably the animals and the flowers.
And what ribbon placing were you awarded on your fairy garden?
Purple.
Great job. And tell us a little bit about some of your other projects.
Well, this is my horse picture I took from Sturgis.
So tell us, you took the picture in Sturgis, so tell us a little bit about what's happening outside of the picture.
Well, horses are my favorite animals, so I decided to take a picture of it because the fence is kind of near my camper when I took this.
Very neat. And what did you take your picture on?
The horse? Well, I don't know what type of camera it was.
That's
not a phone camera.
Okay. And what ribbon were you awarded?
Purple.
Great job. What are some of your other projects? What is this cool jar?
Well, I was doing this for the SDSU Extension summer project stuff. I was going to enter in a contest that they had, but I kind of didn't do it.
That's okay. And what is it?
It's a mindfulness jar.
So how do you use it?
And then you're supposed to watch the glitter go.
Okay, so is supposed to help you relax?
Yeah.
Very nice. And what ribbon were you awarded for this?
I believe it was a purple too.
Great job.
I have the sheet right there.
And it looks like we have one more fantastic project to talk about. And what is this?
This is my marble painting I made about 2 or 3 or 1 month ago.
Okay. And tell us about how did you make it?
Upside down. I just realized that.
So how did you make it?
Well, my sister put colors of paintings on it, colors of paints, and then she it kind of is her project because she moved the paint across.
So you guys worked together on your project?
Yeah.
What other activities are you involved with this year at our Achievement Days?
I'm doing County Shoot and Project Runway.
Very nice. And which one are you most excited about?
Probably Project Runway.
And can you give us an idea of what your outfit might be?
It's a hip-hop costume.
Very neat. Were you in dance this year?
Actually, it hasn't happened, but last year I did it.
And is hip-hop your favorite type of dance?
I guess you could say that.
Well, great job, and thank you so much.
And a BB hit me last night right here.
Oh, were you practicing?
Yes.
Oh, man. But you're okay now?
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, we look forward to seeing you later this afternoon. We have another of our great 4-H members. It looks like he's all ready to go. Come close sir. I don't bite. All right, who are you?
Stetson Jones,
And what 4-H club are you part of?
Midland Bad River Club.
Very nice. And tell us a bit about your project.
Well, it took us 3 weeks to draw because we only had one art class a week.
And what did you draw?
A squirrel.
And did you use a kit, or is this just a hand drawing?
Hand drawing.
What was the hardest part about it?
Probably drawing the fur.
And do you enjoy drawing?
Yeah.
So if you were giving me advice about my drawing skills, what advice would you give?
I don't know.
Completely fair. And what ribbon were you awarded on your drawing?
Purple.
Very nice. And are you participating in any other events this weekend?
The county shoot.
And what do you shoot?
BB gun.
And what is your favorite part about BB gun?
Probably just shooting the gun.
Very neat. Well, congratulations and great job on your purple ribbon. Thank you. All right. Here, let's sit on your bench so that way everyone can see it. Tell me your name, sir.
I'm Clancy Dowd.
And Clancy, tell me about this beautiful bench we're sitting on.
So we had to cut the wood so it would all fit together, and then we screwed them all together, and then we put the backwards on with my brand, and then we put the cedar on with all of its power line poles, the braces on the power line poles, and this was from a gate.
Very neat. And what was the hardest part about making your bench?
Probably cutting it.
And what kind of saw did you use?
I forgot.
You didn't have to use a handsaw, did you? Fair enough. And then I see this beautiful jar of pickles. Tell me a little bit about them.
So we made pickles because my sister likes eating them, so we made those. So we got them out of our garden, and we got the dill, and then we put the brine in, which you got to put salt, vinegar, and water in, and then we poured that in, and then you set it in a water bath, and then you cook it for 10 minutes, and then you wait until it pops and the lid's on in there. Good.
So, do you like big pickles like this, or do you like the sliced pickles better?
Calissa likes the big pickles.
Do you like pickles?
Nope.
A man after my own heart. Someone else who doesn't like pickles. So, are you, what things would you tell other people that might be interested in joining 4-H?
If you're gonna make a bench, get long pieces of wood so it's long enough to sit on, and then screw them together so it won't break. And
so where are you gonna put your bench when you get it home?
I think we're gonna put it in our garden to sit on.
Well, I think it's beautiful, and congratulations. Thanks so much for visiting with us about it. Thank you. We are back again, and we have the opportunity to speak with one of our judges. Can you tell us, who are you?
I am Jessica Migelke from Kadoka.
And we are so thankful that you came to evaluate our young people's projects. What has been the highlight of your judging experience so far?
The highlight for me has been able to talk to all of these kids about their variety of projects and their ability to tell me all of the things that they have going on, what they're proud of, what they want to fix. Everything from their really big projects to their really small projects, and just their ability to come up with all of these amazing things to showcase for us today.
Wonderful. If you were to give our young people some advice, what advice would you give them?
Oh, young people in general, stick with it. Whatever it is about, you can make it into a 4-H project, you can make it into a career. So really find whatever your passion is now and really stick with it, and maybe it's something that you could make money from. I've had 3 4-Hers today tell me that they are selling their projects and making money off of their projects. So I just think that that is great entrepreneurship. So stick with it and really be super positive about your talents.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we really appreciate you sharing your thoughts and feedback with our young people.
Thank you.
We are back at the Haakon Jackson 4-H Achievement Days, and we have another one of our outstanding 4-H members. So please tell us, who are you?
Connor Hovland.
Wonderful. And so we have some of your projects here. Can you start by telling us about, I believe it's a gate, and how did you make it, and what project area does it fall under?
The project area is welding, and I started by cutting the frame, and then I welded that on, and I cut the bars and I spaced them evenly, and I welded them on, and then I put the hinges on that side, and I put this little hook here. It's for, there's a strap going to the fence, and then when you have buckets of feed, you can open it and it swings closed behind you.
Very nice. And what type of welder did you use?
A wire welder.
And what was the hardest part about your project?
Getting the bars in the middle cut evenly.
So if you were to give us some advice about doing a welding project, what advice would you give us?
To go slower and not try to hurry.
And who taught you to weld?
My dad.
So do you enjoy welding?
Yes.
Great. And it looks like you have some tasty cookies. What kind of cookies did you make for us today?
They're chocolate chip cookies, but instead of vanilla or pudding and stuff and chocolate chips, I put chocolate pudding and white chip in.
Yum. Are they really moist?
Yes.
Is it your favorite type of cookie?
It's hard to decide. I like so many different kinds.
That's all right. You can be a connoisseur of cookies. I didn't ask you, what ribbon placing did you get on your gate and on your cookies?
Purples on both.
Wonderful. So we have some more projects down here. Tell us a little bit about this one.
That one is a canvas painting that I made.
And how did you make it?
First, my mom cut a sticker with her Cricut, and I put it on, and I painted over all of it blue, and then I peeled the sticker off, and there was still the outline, and so I painted in the middle black.
Very cool. And what was the hardest part?
Getting the horns to stay even and not blotch out.
Well, it is really impressive. I thought you probably had to paint the whole thing black first, but man, you have a steady hand. Let's see, what other... Oh. Tell us a little bit about this project.
This is a horseshoe coat rack that I made.
And tell us the process of making it.
First, I picked the horseshoes that I wanted, and I laid them out, and I welded them on the back. And then I got 2 other horseshoes, and I cut them in half, and I welded them on here. The hardest part was getting these straight.
Oh, I bet. And how did you cut the horseshoes in half? What did you use?
A grinder with a cutoff wheel.
Very nice. And did you use good safety measures?
Yeah.
That looks like we have one more impressive project down here.
It's a shadow box for visual arts. First, do I tell? First I picked the box, and then I put the stickers on. My mom cut them with her Cricut. And then I glued the shell casings that I like in the bottom.
And why did you decide shell casings? Are they specific shell casings or just ones you found?
Some of my favorite rifle calibers.
Do you have a specific rifle caliber you enjoy shooting the most?
Probably mine, 243, or else my grandpa's 30-30.
Very nice. Are you an avid hunter?
Yeah, kind of.
Favorite thing to hunt?
I don't know, deer, coyotes.
Very good. So looking towards the rest of our achievement days, what other things are you participating in?
I have a Hereford heifer, and then I have a Hereford calf.
Very nice. Did you show your heifer last year?
Yes.
Do they have names?
No.
That's all right. Have you been working with them?
Yes.
What have you been doing?
Leading them around and setting them up.
Very nice. Well, we're looking forward to having you tomorrow morning, and thanks so much for bringing these outstanding projects.
I'm not done yet, but I will do that. You can start taking what do you want? Just like
Yes. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, my turn. You can't really show muffins off. We can just talk about my muffins. What do you want me to do? Here, you do what you're going to do, Miss Model. You want me to hold any part? You hold any other? We can teamwork?
We're teamworking here. And we're back and teamworking with one of our other favorite 4-H members. And tell us who you are.
I'm Sarah Parsons.
And what 4-H club are you a part of?
The Milesville Rangers.
Great. And tell us a bit about this really cool project.
So I did this for art class. Our teacher said we could bring in any skull, like animal skull we wanted to paint, and so I thought, okay, I'll just change it a little bit. So I painted the whole thing white, and then just started adding color after that.
And what was the part of this project that surprised you the most?
How much paint it took. It really sucked up a lot of the white paint, so it took me almost 2 classes to paint.
And how long is a class period?
An hour.
Wow, that is a lot of paint. Do you remember like how much paint?
No, because I was just dumping it on like the lid of a can, so I don't really remember.
Fair enough. What was the hardest part?
Probably getting the light blue to fade to a dark blue. And look good.
And how did you do that?
I actually started at the back with a dark blue and just added white, and you can tell it gets more white toward the end.
Very neat. So like an ombre adventure. So did you shoot this deer, or did you just find the skull?
I think my dad found it out in the field somewhere before he ran it over with a tractor.
Well, it doesn't look too much worse for the wearer if it got ran over by a tractor.
Luckily, the tire didn't get hurt either, so we're good.
A win for everyone. Yes. And what ribbon placing were you awarded for this?
I believe it was a purple.
Great job.
Thank you.
I would love to talk about this. So tell us a little bit about this project.
So this was the first project I did in art class this year because we were just kind of getting broken in, so she said we could do something easy. And I saw it on Pinterest, and I thought, yeah, that looks easy enough.
So what is it? I'm looking at it upside down, and apparently I struggle.
It's supposed to be a Japanese lantern hanging on a cherry blossom tree.
Oh yes, I can see that. It just was like upside down and not helpful.
Not very many blossoms on this tree, but that's okay.
So tell us the process and what was the best part of this and what was the hardest part?
So the process was just start on the outside with the dark blue and just like that add white into it until you get to the middle, because then you have to put the lantern over the lightest part since it's giving off light. And the hardest part was probably the tree, honestly, because it was just adding that in after, and if you messed up, it was there. There was no covering it up, so.
Very good. And were you just freehanding this, or did you have a template?
I freehanded it off of a picture I saw. I mean, I was just looking at the picture and then looking at this, so.
Very impressive, and I know you're still waiting for this to be judged, so we'll have to do an update on that. And I heard that you brought some muffins. What kind of muffins did you bring?
So I made pumpkin chocolate chip muffins with my grandma because she makes them every Christmas, and they're one of my favorite things that she makes. So I asked her if I could bake with her, so she just sat at the table and told me what to do, and I made muffins.
And are they as delicious as they sound?
They are pretty good. They're pretty good, Casey.
Fair enough. Did you bring some for everyone?
I have 3.5 left, if you would like one.
So she brought enough for one.
Pretty much.
And what ribbon placing did you get?
Purple.
Great job. Well, and it sounds like it was a special experience. I know that some of my favorite moments of 4-H were baking with my grandma, so good times. Well, thank you so much. And good luck on this one.
Oh, thank you.
And we're going to gather up some more of our 4-H projects, and it looks like we have Miss Mackenzie Hovland is going to come and speak to us about hers.
Would you like some assistance? I think I can do it. Okay.
Oh, so many fun things. So tell us, who are you?
I'm Mackenzie Hovland.
And what is the great project you have in front of us?
I made a shadow box for my younger brother Eli. And he likes to fish, so I made it like fishing themed. And first I picked out this from Hobby Lobby. Then my brother picked out this background because he likes green. And then I printed this off from my mom's Cricut. And then I found some old stuff in our tackle box to put inside of it.
And what was your favorite part of putting together this project?
I thought it was pretty fun putting the stuff in. And, yeah.
So did you come up with the idea, or did you see it somewhere?
I came up with the idea.
I think it's really cool. So does Eli like it?
Uh-huh.
Great job. What project would you like to share with us next? Oh, and I didn't ask. Placing, were you awarded for that?
Purple.
Good job.
Then I made this South Dakota canvas. So first I picked out my paint, and then I got a canvas and I painted it yellow, and then I put the sticker on, and then I painted blue over it so that this was a different color. And then I peeled the sticker off after it had dried.
Very cool. And what was your favorite part of this project?
I liked painting it.
And how did you pick your colors? I really like them. They're super bright.
Well, I like blue, and then the yellow, I think it kind of goes with it, so.
I love it. What ribbon placing were you awarded for this?
Purple.
Good job. Tell us your next project.
All right.
I sewed this apron, and first we got a pattern, and we had to measure it so it would fit me. And I was in between sizes, so we did a size bigger so that it would fit me when I'm older. And then I picked this fabric, and then we cut all of the pieces, and then we sewed them together.
And what was the hardest part of this project?
Probably sewing.
Did you have to rip any of your stitch seams out?
A couple.
The dreaded seam ripper. So if you were giving someone advice about sewing something, what advice would you give them?
Go slow and don't be fast, because then you just mess up.
Probably good advice in life. And it looks like we have one more beautiful project.
So I made this picture holder out of an old window frame. And first I found the window frame, and then I painted it. Or I sanded it and then painted it. Then I went over it and sanded it a little more to make it look older. And then I put the chicken wire, I stapled the chicken wire on, and then I hung pictures on it.
I like it. Do you hang this in your room?
Uh-huh.
Is turquoise one of your favorite colors?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is so cute and it's such an adorable idea. I might have to steal this idea. Did you find it on Pinterest or did you just come up with it?
I came up with it.
Creative and talented.
Thank you.
Are you doing any other activities during Achievement Days?
I'm going to show a calf and a yearling, and I'm going to do Project Runway.
Very neat. And what kind of an outfit are you modeling for us this afternoon at Project Runway?
I have a shirt. It's a 3/4 shirt, and then just a pair of jeans and some boots.
Very nice. And what breed are the heifer and the yearling that you're showing tomorrow?
Herefords.
Very nice. And are you excited to show them?
Uh-huh.
Great job. Well, thank you so much. And I didn't ask, what ribbon placing did you get on your picture frame holder?
Purple.
Great job. All purples. Awesome. Well, thank you so much and great job. I think you have created some outstanding projects.
Thank you.
Yep. On national TV, yes.
They are.
We are here with another one of our 4-H judges, Vanessa Height, who actually is the 4-H advisor for Jones and Millette County. So Vanessa, thank you first and foremost for being here. And what has been the highlight of your morning so far?
Wow, I saw some amazing projects, from woodworking to cookies and English muffin bread. And I'm going to have to tell you that the cookies were pretty awesome and the bread was really yummy. So, of course, I was hungry, so that was probably my favorite.
Hey, you've been judging our place setting contest. Is that something different or how have you liked that?
You know, the kids did a great job with coordinating their table centerpiece with their types of place settings, from the dishes to the glassware to the placemats and napkins, and then even their recipes for their food menu was perfectly designed. So we had a chili dinner, we had a summer breakfast, we had spaghetti and meatballs with an entire Italian motif. So I was amazed at how well these kids did. Everything was perfect. I think my kids need to learn a little bit from them.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And if you were to give 4-H members or just youth in general advice, what advice would you give them?
Oh my goodness, never give up. Like, just continue. I told all of the kids that I got to judge that they need to take it one step further. So whatever they accomplished, and they all got purple ribbons from my table, that they did such awesome jobs, but there's always room to learn one more skill. So keep cooking, keep doing your artwork, your craft work, your woodwork, whatever. Just keep doing it and continue to grow in your craft.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for dedicating your time and coming and sharing your expertise. We really appreciate it.
I'm glad I could be here. Thanks for inviting me.
We are here with one of our graduating seniors, and we have gotten to lament over her entire 4-H career and just what a wonderful 4-H member she has been. So please tell us, who are you?
My name is Grace Peckman. I am 18, going on 19 soon, actually. And I will be leaving for college here in another month or so, and today is my last day of 4-H, so it's a little sad. Don't cry, it'll make me cry, but it's been good.
We will try to keep the tears locked down, but tell us a few of the favorite memories you have of 4-H.
Gosh, well, One of my first ones was giving a presentation for the first time. I was really nervous, really young, just not mentally prepared for it, and I was just really excited. I think it was actually on different breeds of border collies, and I did it. I was happy with it, and every year after that I've done a presentation, and I've actually really come to like presentations. They're one of my favorite things ever. I love doing PowerPoints. I love writing essays, and not going to brag, I'm actually pretty good at it myself, so
hey, it's completely fair to brag when it's true.
Oh, for sure. I will definitely do that. That's done a lot of good for me. Essays are one of my favorite things to do when I'm bored, and that's going to be good in college because, comp class. And, baking for achievement days especially has been really fun, just trying a lot of different things, and, eating food. Who doesn't like eating food? So
always a win. So I know that you have a journal, and you talked a little bit about liking to write essays. Could you tell us a little bit about the journal that you've done?
Yes. So the journal that I wrote is the COVID-19 journal that we had the option to do over the span of quarantine, just to kind of express your thoughts a little bit, kind of talk about what's been going on. And this has actually done me a lot of good because quarantine, with being a senior, there was a lot of stress and worry and just not getting any of that figured out, and eventually it was starting to affect a lot of me physically, like overworked, overstressed, couldn't find time to do anything for myself, and just writing it out, laying it out on the table, and just kind of organizing a little bit, doing, again, the writing thing that I love doing. It just kind of helped relieve that a little bit, and it actually turned out pretty good because it just kind of takes you through quarantine, and just, it's something good that I can look at later on and just think, yeah, I made it through that okay. So it's good. It's been good.
Good. And I know you said you were headed to college, and what are you studying?
I'm going to major in psychology.
Great. So you're going to be able to help other people that are working through maybe some challenges. So
that's the goal, yes.
Perfect. So you talked about that you did some baking. What baking projects did you do this year?
I made banana muffins and marshmallow bars. And with the marshmallow bars, those were probably my favorite. Weird because they almost seem like they were going to be too sweet because they're just like a chocolate chip bar, except they have butterscotch and marshmallows and just every sweet thing in it. And I made them and they turned out pretty good, but I'm just thinking oh my gosh, it's going to be too sweet, it's not going to taste good. But no, those actually turned out really good, and it's good for campfires if you don't want to go through making a s'more, but who would want to do that? But just in case, you can make those are good. And just desserts, family gatherings, work stuff. And the banana muffins that I made, they were a little harder to make because the batter was just really, really moist, so it had 4 bananas in it along with everything else, and when I put them in for 20-25 minutes, however long it took, they came out, and I took a toothpick and tested it, and they were done, but they were as pale as they were when they went in. And so I had to throw that first batch away actually because they weren't done. They were done, but they weren't done, so we kind of had to put them back in for another minute. They were still a little pale, put them back in, and then eventually they got brown. So that was a little harder, but they taste like banana bread, and I love banana bread, so turned out okay overall.
Wonderful. And what ribbon placings were you awarded today?
All purples.
Great job. Way to leave with a bang, and thank you so much. You've been a delight to have in 4-H, so thank you.
Thank you.